God always create a way so that we may believe that He is Almighty God, and nothing can compare to His miracles and His wonders. So I just want to read something from the Bible this morning, which is Isaiah 43, 2 to 7. If anyone have this version, just please turn it to there. Say, when pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, and they will not sleep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flame will not set you ablaze. For I am the Lord your God, the only one of Israel, your Savior. I give Egypt to you a ransom, crush and silver in your stead. Since you are precious and honored in my sight, and because I love you, I will give people in exchange for your hasting, in exchange for your life. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bring your children from the east and gather you from the west. I will say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not hold them back. Bring my son from after, my daughters from the end of the earth. Everyone who is called by my name, whom I created for my glory, whom I formed and made. The reason I'm reading this Bible, this version, is because I think my story is really, really terrible, and I can assure everyone going through such a situation is not an easy thing. But when God wants to elevate you, when God wants to make sure that you know who He is, He will put you through things, just like a goldsmith. Before they put the gold in the luxurious shops, the gold diggers will take the gold from the north and clean it. Then the goldsmith will process it, become luxury for us. Then it becomes very expensive. So this is what I am today here, just my testimony. In 1991, I'm originally from Sierra Leone, West Africa. So, 1991, there was a civil war in my country. That time, I was a young guy, anxious for education to get a better life. So, one evening around 10 at night, we just sitting down enjoying our life, and with families, we had a gunshot everywhere. But we didn't know what really is going on. Around before, we heard that the rumors, there's the rebels, that there are people that are coming, they are attacking government soldiers. But we didn't know that it's not just the government soldiers, it's everyone. No one is exempted. So, that fateful evening, we at home with our parents, we had a gunshot. So we all went in our houses. Parents told us that, go inside. We don't know what is happening. So before 12 to 1 a.m. in the morning, the rebels took over the city. It was a destruction that no one want to witness that. And sometimes when we see that on the TV, we think it's just like camouflage or just like a game. It's not a game, it's reality that I've witnessed with my own eyes. But I believe that everything that happened, it happened just for God to glorify Himself. Because if we don't see things that we don't believe, I think we'll always think that we'll be complacent, we'll feel relaxed, and we think that everything is normal for our life. But when things happen that you believe that oh, God is there. That shows you that really, whatever you're going through, whatever happened to you, God is with you. So 1 o'clock, everywhere was silent, only gunshot. You can hear only gun firing, nothing else. No music, nothing. The place was dark. Around 4 a.m. in the morning, so the firing stopped. I think we heard that, okay, the rebels have retreated, but they were everywhere. They didn't retreat. So we start to run. That was my first day seeing bodies on the streets. Men, children, they took from their houses, take them outside, shoot them alive. They don't discriminate whether you're a man, woman, child, whoever. So we ran just to get out of the town. We ran, we are going to hide in the bush because we don't know who is rebel. They don't have uniform. They don't have no description that you can say, oh, look at him. So you just have to run. Sometimes on our way going, they will just start to shoot at people. You'll be running with people. Some people will be fall aside of you, but you will just keep running just to get a little bit of bush where you can hide yourself. So that morning was a day that it's hard to remember. It's very, very hard to remember, and nobody want to see those kind of things. I managed to escape. Most of the people that I ran with, they couldn't make it. They were falling behind me. I ran as I was a young boy, not even 20 yet. I was just between maybe 15 to 17 at that time. So I ran. I went into the bush. I went to a village. I was sitting down there for a few days. So there was a counterattack. The government soldiers tried to push back the rebels. So they told us to come back. There was an information that, oh, the rebels have gone, come back. So we came back. But it was a mess up everywhere. Houses were burned. They put people in the houses, and they just put grenade or RPG to explode the entire house. It's just like revenge. We don't know what was the problem, but it was just like a revenge. So then we came back after a few days. Everywhere in the street, you see bodies, dog eating human beings, and vultures feeding on human beings. It's really tragic that we don't believe that why this is, and we ask ourselves why this is happening. But I tell you what, God is God. Whenever things happen to us, we always need to have faith. We start to clean up. Parents lost their children, children lost their family, their parents. It was just a chaos. Nobody knows who to help. So anyway, we were there for few weeks again. That end of 1991 to end of 1991, coming to Christmas, then another strike happened again. Now they came now with full force. Operation No Living Thing. They came with full force, Operation No Living Thing. And that's the time my parents, everyone run, brothers, sisters, cousins, anyone, neighbors. You see people dying like a hell. You don't even know what is happening. We start to run again. I ran. I went in the bush. I was in the bush where some people that came, I was told that your dad couldn't make it. He was destroyed by the rebels. So, some people that know us, because my parents were well known in the society. So I was so frustrated because me and my dad were good friends. He He was a friend of me, and he'll teach me a lot of things. So whatever he's doing, I'm always with him. Then this kind of tragedy happens. So I was so discouraged. Some of our brothers, everywhere, you don't go together. Your children, like 1 year, 2 years, some people just abandon their children on the road so that they can run faster. You can't save anyone because bullet is just flying every corner. So we went into the neighboring country called Guinea. There, the soldiers say, you guys are bringing war in our country. They start to arrest people. They took people, take them into prison. Sometimes they shoot some of the people. They say they are rebels. Even innocent people that ran for their life will be arrested. So we have to escape again, start to run in the bush for almost 2-3 weeks. You don't want to show up on the road because you don't know who is there, who is hunting you. So we run. I ran for almost 2 to 3 weeks. I'm running in the bush. The thing that you can feed on is just like fruit, anything that you meet on the road. So I crossed another country from Guinea. It's a very long distance, I'm telling you. Along the road, I met a truck that was going to the neighbor country, which is Ivory Coast. Then they gave me a lift. I went there. There was no bag. There's nothing. I don't know anyone. First of all, they speak French. I don't speak French. I'm from English country. I was sitting down in the shopping center. Like, this place is terrible. There's robbers. There's all kind of criminals. Even if they see you with a nice shirt, they'll ask you to remove it. They need it. If you don't do that, they will stab you with a knife. I was sitting down there until around evening, almost getting to 7 o'clock. I don't know where to go. People are packing their stuff to go home. But in the big shopping center, just like imagine African shopping center, it's not like a place like built with a hall. It's just like so small shell that they build around that people can just put their goods. In the evening, they gather it, they put it in the stores. I was sitting down there, and then I saw a Nigerian guy. So he speaks French to me. I speak English to him. So he asked me in English, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Sierra Leone." He said, "Oh, when have you been here? How long have you been here?" I said, "Oh, I just arrived this morning. I don't know anyone here." "Oh, this place is terrible. You don't know anyone here sitting down here? You don't have no family?" I said, "No, someone helped me to reach here. I don't know." So just, God is a God that if he want to save you, he'll bring helpers from nowhere. So this guy told me, "Okay, I can't take you to my house. I don't know you. But there is a place, it's a garage. It's built with those whole zinc in, like a shade. But even when you're standing like here, you can see underneath. There's no concrete. It's just like where they do their car, they do their repairs." So he said, "If you want to stay here, because it's better than you stay in the, expose yourself out there. At night, people can attack you." So he gave me a mattress that is maybe this mattress is older than 10 years or 20 years. So dirty. That night, I was in that place. He said, "Just close the door. In the morning, I will come." I was there. The rain came. It was raining seriously. So I have to take the mattress, put it on my head like that, because the rain will come up close to my knee, under the shade where I was. So I hold this mattress like that more than 2 hours so that the mattress will not get wet, just for me to lay my head. Because it took me more than 3 weeks. I can't sleep. I'm just on the run. So I was there till daybreak. He came and asked me, "You don't speak French. How are you going to live in this place?" Like what I'm trying to show us here is that in every situation we find ourselves, let's believe in God. I was young, but I still believe in God. I used to fast when I was home. I used to fast, pray every time, in every situation. That's how our parents brought us up. Say, pray and believe that God will rescue you in every situation. So my weapon was Psalm 23. That was my weapon. I was standing there during the night in the bush. I'm reading Psalm 23. That was my weapon, that I believed that with this, everything will be okay with me. Regardless, I lost my parents in the bush. From that day to now, I never see my parents. From that day to now, I've never seen my parents with my eyes. So I was in that place. Daybreak, the guy came back and asked me, do you have something to eat? I said, no, I don't have nothing. He said, how are you going to survive here? So he bought me a porridge and brought it for me. So he asked me, there's something that I will want you to do. If he wrote some few words in French, how to sell. You can sell water, tap water. Over there, they don't have those opportunities where you have your own tap water in your house, you open it and drink. So you have to buy water by bucket. If you want to shower, or by a drum, they have some kind of drums. You have to fill up the drum with water. So he said, this is what I can offer you. If you want to do that, then you can stay here until you find someone from your community that you can live with. So, okay. I said, no problem, because he is from Nigeria, but he speaks French because he has been in the Ivory Coast for long. Now, he gave me a task that I don't even know how to speak to the people. So, another problem. Then I tried to manage the thing that I should say. He wrote it down and gave it to me, that if someone asks for water, how to say water, how much, change, all those things. He gave it to me. So I just say, oh, thank God. Thank God. I don't know how this is happening. I said, but God, I believe that you can take me through that. I was there. I started to learn French until I put myself into evening studies, French. After a few months, like 6 months, then one day someone come and told me that there are people from your community, from your country. I saw them here. They speak like you. Maybe you might know them. Come and see. I went there and I saw one of my cousins that we came from the same place. So he asked me, how long have you been here? I say, now almost 6 months. He said, okay, what are you doing? I say, I'm selling water for this man. So he said, okay, move from this place. Come and stay with us. You can still do whatever you're doing, but move from this place. Come and stay with us. That's how I started to see the glory of God. From there, after a few years staying in Ivory Coast, I thought I am stable. God created an opportunity for me. I was a bodyguard for the American ambassador. I was working in the American embassy because that time they bombed American embassy in Kenya, in other countries in Africa. So they were looking for securities. As a young person was fit, so they asked, somebody told me that they're looking for opportunity for English-speaking people in the embassy. So I went there and applied, and I was succeeded. I was training with U.S. Marines for a couple of months until I started to work. It was the time that I realized that, my tragedy will become a prosperity. So I started to have faith. I was from the ambassador's residence to the embassy, ambassador's residence to the embassy. The year 2001, I thought I'm already established. Things were okay with me. A war break again in the country, Ivory Coast. The same rebel fighting. So, one morning I came, that was my day off. I was not working. So I came home. I was very tired. I said, oh, today I'm not going in. That was December, I can remember, December 24th, 2000. I said, today I'm not going anywhere. I'm just have to rest for the rest of the day. I was resting, and around 7 o'clock, a friend, that time, the mobile phone that we have is just big like this, Nokia, the big one. So I got one because I was working. So I got one so that I can communicate. So a friend called me, said, oh, where are you? It's today the 24th and Christmas Eve. Where are you? Come, let's have time together. I was sleeping. So around 8 o'clock, they called me. They even organized to come and meet me at home to pick me up. That's when God also proved to me that he loves me. That fateful night, I went with them. 12 midnight in Africa, like what we call here firework. People have that things, they set it every corner. Sometimes people we light that firework for themselves when it's midnight. This is when the rebel attack again. When I heard the gunshot, I heard the fire going up. I told the guys, I said, this is not firework. I said, this is bullet. They said, oh, you're always scared. You are no longer in the war zone. There's no war in Ivory Coast. I said, no, I said, guys, this is bullet. I said, it's not a firework. Within 5 to 10 minutes, we heard that the radio station had been captured by the rebels, and TV station, everywhere firing. So there is a silence everywhere. Imagine the street was full of people celebrating Christmas. It was a massacre on that night. What saved me is the telephone call where I was living. After that night, 2 days, we can't go out when the rebel retreated from the city, Abidjan. So I was expecting to go and see if my house is still there, because I was just close to the military barracks. I went there. I can't even know where my house was. It was swept up like a desert. People were burnt like goat, just like chickens, barbecue. Because when the rebel came, there was a retaliation within the military and the rebels. So RPGs, all kind of sophisticated weapons, they were using it against each other. Civilians were caught in the middle. All those people that are living in that surrounding, no one survived. Houses were demolished, completely burnt to ground. You can always see smoke coming out. I came there, I couldn't even recognize where my house was. Then, again, we ran from this place. Also, when the rebels retreated, the government soldiers, they were everywhere in the street. They say Sierra Leoneans, Liberians brought war in our country. So they were looking for us. We don't know anything about what is happening, but we are the people, because already we experienced war in our country. They were looking for us. A lot of people lost their life. They just gathered people on the street, put them in a military truck, take them in the bush, shoot all of them. Without no question. They don't question you. All they believe that it's English-speaking people, Liberia, Sierra Leoneans, because that time there was a war in Liberia, there was a war in Sierra Leone. So God saved me. When this thing is going on, we escape again. We have to disguise ourselves. Sometimes you have to dress like someone, like a female, or whatever way you can escape. We walk again out of the city to a place where we can get transportation to go to Ghana. That took us maybe, before you cross the border to Ghana, it took us like a week, because you don't want to expose yourself on the road. You just have to be in the bush like motorbike or whatever possibility that you can have, because the place is really far. It's really far. Like where we are from Abidjan to that place, it will take you 3 weeks or 4 weeks before, almost a month if you're walking. But by the grace of God, we walked through the bush because it was a terrible time until I entered to Ghana. I entered in Ghana. I went to refugee camp. UNHCR set a camp in the bush there. That place, no one want to leave that kind of place. It's just in the bush. So most of those things we saw on the TV, it's not funny, it's reality. These people are really suffering. They are in a terrible situation. I was in Ghana. I survived because it's a crisis. You can't blame anyone. 5 kilos of rice take you 1 month. You need to use that one for 1 month before you have a supply from UNHCR. 5 kilos of rice with a beans. You need to manage that. The rest is your problem. Anyhow you want to survive. So I've been here for years, for 4 years in Ghana, in the same situation. I have to go in the bush, cut a tree to bring it out on the road to sell it just to survive. Sometimes we have to go and do domestic work, make bricks or any other thing that you can get money from to survive, until the last day we heard that Australia need refugees, 2004. My name was up for that journey. I started to fast. I said, God, you are so wonderful. God, you're so great. But I didn't really know. When I never heard about Australia. I knew about America, London, France, other countries. But I said, where is this Australia? I asked people, they said, Australia is very, very far. So we start to do the process for the refugee resettlement. We start to do the process. The process takes almost a year. In 2005, finally, I have my visa and my ticket to come to Australia. The first place I land is Tasmania. Tasmania is a cold place. I never experienced such extreme cold in my life. When I came out of the plane, I reversed back. I said, no, I'm not coming down. I said, I'm not coming down. So, but I wasn't alone. I was with about 50 or 60 of us, because at that time, Australia took about thousands of refugees from that place to come to Australia. So when I came here, the first thing I do, I fasted for 3 days. Because, but I was really traumatized, even when it's a big sound come in when I had a big sound or whatever, like those cars that speed on the road, I'll be shaking. I didn't know what is happening. One day I was in Tasmania, around, there was an anniversary day, so there was a firework there. I have to run. I thought it was a war. I have to run. I don't even know where to hide myself in the house. So we call, because we know that there is a 000, we have to call. So we call. So we call the police, they ask us. I say, there's a firing. I said, what? Firing? I say, yes, gun firing around. So the police tell us that, no, it's not a firing. It's a firework. Where are you from? So I explain myself, say, oh, okay, sorry, where you are, we'll send someone to come and see you. That was not me alone. So many other people have experienced the same situation. People call, many calls happen that night, because we think those kind of things happen again. Where are we going? So that was my story. I'm really grateful that I'm in Australia, and this situation really teach me that life is always patient, have faith. There is no situation that God cannot solve. And every test has a testimony. Today, I'm in Australia. I became an Australian citizen. Now, I'm free. I can go wherever I want to go. I don't need to fear for my life. I don't need to fear for someone is going to attack me. So I believe that this is a situation that most of us will find ourselves, but with faith, we can overcome the situation. Either you're sick or jobless, family problems, anything, there is an end for it. If you believe God, it can help you. God is the only helper. And the thing I believe is God bring people, the right people, to rescue you when you're most in the need. Christians, we need to continue to pray in every consternation, in any situation we find ourselves. Let's continue to pray. God is with us. Praise the Lord.